Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the big brethren, the men of great millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down that's teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom, Bayatah Dawadah, and to the Akim and Akwab that's out there repenting, Shalom, Mashpakat, Shalom. Shahakarab coming at you with a quick one. I'm going to try to make it quick because I'm just, going off the whim here. But you just got a few of them. But this is a video that I was watching that the elder brother, Malchaamah, you see his channel right here, GMS Maccabean Spirit. You see it, and this is a lesson that he did. And I was sitting back watching it. I just said, let me just go this, just go in something on this Shabbat. But I want to play this, and then I'm going to go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. And then we're going to go into a few scriptures and end it off. Because the brother telling the truth pertaining to our people. You don't know. And then those people, them pagan builders, our people, you should be glad to finally get the true understanding. You should be glad the Most High. You should be saying, Tawada Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You should be saying thank you for the Most High sending these men whom he sent to that spark, that woke your ass up, that he used to teach you the truth. See? But our people is hard-headed. You some rebellious people, man. Because the Most High care enough for you to finally receive the truth so that you can repent. What's contained in the scriptures is for your benefit. It's for you to profit therewith. Not for these other nations to profit off this. It's for the Israelites. See? And that false-ass Christianity, Caesar Borgia bullshit that y'all been on, that these devils taught you that shit and you've been going off for a long time. Been going off. You've been in darkness for a long time. But the Most High said what? It's high time for your asses to wake out of sleep. For now is thy salvation nearer than you believe. You ain't gonna be saying, oh, well, shit, we've been waiting all this time. You ain't gonna be saying that too much longer. See? Because why? Your salvation is nearer than you actually believe it is. See? Yahweh Shai at the door. Man, he about to kick that motherfucker in. He about to kick that motherfucker in, man. He about to kick you right off the hinges. You gonna see the top of the door and the bottom of the door. All that shit gonna come busting in on your ass. Straight up. But let me play this. And then I'm gonna go and get into this Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. And then I'm gonna go into some scriptures. It's just, I just thought of something. I just thought of this and said, hey, well, this would be good. And, I got a few of these scriptures down, so it would be good for me to bring out. But let's play the elder brother and then get into it.
So I'm reading from the Geneva Bible 1560 edition, and the precepts that are actually in this Bible that sent me to another scripture after reading John 3:16. So let's begin. This is John 3:16, and it reads, "For God so loved the world that he hath given his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Now, when you go to chapter 1, it kind of breaks down, as you read up, that this was talking about the kingdom of Judah, the Judites. They wrote Jew, but we know that it was Judeans, not Jews. That term Jew came about in the 1800s, right? So it's written in books now, printed in them, but they weren't really using that word, prior to that. All right, but here in chapter 1, in verse 1, it says, "There was now a man of Pharisees," and that this is forgive me, if I kind of stumble. Because the S's look like F's, and, then, and the letters are just a little bit different. But it says, there was now a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. He came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art together come from God. For no man could do these miracles that thou doest except God were with him. And Yahushai, I'm not going to say that J word, it's actually an I here, see? And there's also a I, well, now I'm looking at it, there's an I with Jews here, so I think it was Jesus or that they said, so we're just going to say Judeans. So it says the rule of the Judeans, right? And it says, and Yahushua answered him and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot. Salakia, let's turn that off. Those interruptions. Salakia. Just about to ignore that, but I couldn't. Salakia. And it says, where was I? I was at verse 4. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born which is old? Can he enter into his mother's womb again and be born? Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except the man be born of the way of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. So the kingdom of God is for the Israelites. All right, let's make that very clear. He said, That which was born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I said to thee, Thou must be born again. And matter of fact, I'm going to just jump down to verse 10 to make it very clear. 9 and 10. Nicodemus answered and said unto him, How can this thing be? Yahushua answered and said unto him, Art thou a teacher of Israel? Knoweth not these things? So Nicodemus was a teacher of Israel, not everybody.
And that's the point right there. See, that's the point. Plain and simple. That's the point. So what was the conversation which Yahushua and Nicodemus was having? They was having a conversation concerning the affairs of the children of Israel. What you must do. So when you go down into that chapter, which the brother gonna do, into that chapter, for verse 14, 15, and 16, don't think when you get to 16 now it's talking about everybody. See, that was a false doctrine of these damn devils. And they did that with many things in the scriptures, many things about just going into the scriptures and making you think that it's talking about everybody. Ain't no talking about no everybody. It ain't talking about no damn everybody. See, like the lesson I did yesterday concerning that little young brother that was doing some TikTok video, and he was talking about his Gentiles. He's talking about everybody. See, everybody is just simple. Our people are simple. And why? Because you done gravitated towards these devils. You done gravitated towards your enemies. Why? Because you got that slave, post-traumatic slave syndrome and Stockholm syndrome. You got both of those illnesses. Stockholm syndrome and post-traumatic slave syndrome. You have a both. You got that one, Stockholm syndrome, to where the captor is fucking having affection and some for the captor. You feel some goddamn sympathy and remorse and love for the damn captor, the motherfucker that oppressed you. See? And that post-traumatic slave syndrome, you just fuck it all just fucked up. You just through. You don't think you amount to shit. You think you ain't shit. You look, I ain't worth nothing. I ain't even worth to spit on the damn ground. But then you look at other people and say, well, yeah, you could just walk over me. Yeah, just walk over me, kick me in my ass, and that's fine. I don't care. See, so you badly the Most High have wounded us with the grievous wound of an enemy, man. See, but I don't want to run my mouth. But let's get into it. I want to go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 609. See, and going into the word world, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures because you have different meanings. But let's go into this right quick, and I'm gonna punch up a few of these scriptures right here, and then we go into some more. See, but it says what? Going down to the word world in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary on page 609, and it says number one, universe, and then they entered St. John 1 and 10. We gonna get that, but let's go down. I'm gonna go down to the last one. They got Luke, and I'm gonna work my way up. So they got Luke 2 and 1. So let's go through that. Let's go to that real quick. Bear with me. So let's go into Luke 2 and 1. Let's read that one. What they have in this Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary concerning the word world. And it says what? Let's start at 1. St. Luke 2 and 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. Now, you have to understand according to context, because you can go into the word world and you will see. Let's click it first. Let's go to it. All the world. And you see right there, oikomene, right? Now, that's the proper context for, well, actually, that's not the proper context. Let me rephrase that. That's not the proper context that's not the proper word for that context. See, let's go into it and let's see what it says. Oikomene.
Strong's G 3625. Oikumene. Oikumene.
And what does it say? The inhabited earth, the portion of the earth inhabited by the Greeks, in distinction from the lands of the barbarians. Well, that will be a cosmos. This A where it says A, that will be the cosmos word for this wording right here in this context for right here. The portion A, number A, that would be cosmos right there. Now the inhabited earth, that would be for oikomene. A will be the cosmos way. You got B right here. The Roman Empire, all the subjects of the Roman Empire. That would also be what? Cosmos, not the oikomene sense. See, because the Roman Empire is what? It's separate. It's pertaining to a constellation. It will be different from everything else. Oikomene is the inhabited earth, the whole earth concept. So these two, A and B, will be from the cosmos. Then you got C, the whole inhabited earth world. That would be the oikomene sense. And then you got D, the inhabitants of the earth, men, the universe of the world. That's the oikomene sense right there. So you got 2, D, C would be oikomene sense, and 1. Well, that look like an I, but it's 1 would be the oikomene sense. All the rest of them, A, B, would be oikomene sense. See, so you have to have understanding. It's like you got to pick the proper one of what you see, or what, according to the context. See, so let's go back, and it says what? And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. Was it talking about the whole inhabited earth? No, because Rome was not ruling over the whole inhabited earth. Rome wasn't ruling over the damn the Chinese dynasty, those dynasties that the Chinese people had in the Far East. They wasn't paying no tribute to the Romans. And when you look on a map that shows you about the Roman Empire during that time, what they was ruling over, it was all the area in the Mediterranean Sea coast, all those areas, from Spain all the way over to Italy, Greece, you know, in the Asia Minor area, coming down into our land, going down to North Africa, which is Alexandria area, the Carthage area, all the way over to Morocco area, and then back over to Spain. They had the whole, that was they realm. That was the world right there. It wasn't talking about the old whole inhabited earth. See, so you have to understand this word world, it got different meanings. So this word world in here is not talking about the whole earth. It's only talking about the realm which they ruled in. And they didn't rule all over the earth. See? So what it says, verse 2. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. In that area right there. And all went to be taxed. Did who? All the world? No. All those people that was in that known area right there. And it says what? Verse 3, and all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. And Joseph, who, an Israelite, also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth to Judah unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the lineage of David, to be taxed, what? To pay tribute with Mary, his wife, his espoused wife, being great with child. But the point was what? This was that world that it was talking about. This area right there. Our people was going to be taxed. See? That's what it was talking about. It ain't talking about the whole world. See? But let's get the other one. And it says what? And in this Gondaman Compact Bible Dictionary, it says number 4, Roman Empire. See? Meaning that was that world that the world of what they is. So that word world, it don't apply to, you just can't say, oh, this talking about everybody. So like the brother going into pertaining to John 3:16, that world that is referring to, it's only talking about the Israelites. See, you have to have the understanding of the context of something that's being said. See, but our people, you just sat around like dumbass animals and just said these devils lying to you. And any Israelite that got on a suit and tie to some of the pagan building, and you sitting back still telling your people reading John 3:16 and not giving them the correct understanding, the Most High gonna kill y'all. Any motherfucker that get the correct understanding of what these scriptures do, and then you still holding on trying to teach them the shit that these devils said, you gonna die. You gonna die, and then we ain't gonna pity your ass either. Who gonna pity somebody who the Most High is putting his judgment on them? Who gonna pity them? You better stand with Yahweh in his judgment, not against him. See, but let's grab this other one. First John 2:15 that they have in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Now, let's go into this one. 2 go down to 15. And it says, what? Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, love of the Father is not in him. Now, what world is that talking about? Is that talking about Kosmos? Because these devils is something else with these words. And what they even put the meaning, you have to understand the context. See, but what it says, love not the world. What is this talking about? This is talking about all the ways of all these people, all the ways of all these nations. He said, don't love the ways of this world. See, don't love shit. If you loving the ways of the world, running up and marching up and down the street, waiting on June to go march up and down the street with a bunch of sodomites and shit, that's you loving the ways of the world. You run around here celebrating Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, that's you loving the ways of the world. See? That's the ways of the world. But let's go into this word world and see what they got. They gonna have cosmos for this word, right? And that's not correct. You see what it say right here? It says cosmos for this world. And it should be oikomene. It should be oikomene. It should not be cosmos, because according to the context, it should be oikomene. But look, watch what they do. They just lump it all in together for cosmos. The same things that apply to oikomene, meaning the inhabited earth, all the inhabitants of the earth, the whole earth, and they just lumped it all in together. Now these two right here, an apt or harmonious arrangement or constitution ordering government, that's what? Cosmos. That's correct. Ornament, decoration, adornment, i.e., arrangement of the stars and hosts and heavenly hosts as the ornament of the heavens. That's cosmos. Now look what they do. They put the oikomene sense in here. The world, the universe, that's oikomene. The circle of the earth, that's oikomene. The inhabitants of the earth, meaning the human family, that's oikomene right there. Then you come down. The ungodly multitude, the whole mass of men, alienated from Yahweh and therefore hostile to the cause of Mashiach. Which one is that? Is that the cosmos or is that oikomene? See, that's gotta be cosmos, because if you say all the people, meaning what? The inhabitants of the earth, meaning the human family race, that's all people, that's oikomene. But you coming down to here, there's 4, and it says what? Well, that's 6. And it says 6, it says what? The ungodly multitude. That goes into the cosmos, meaning like you got a group of people right here that's ungodly. And then you got some other people right here that's holy. See, so that goes into the cosmos sense. Then you got here 7. World affairs, the aggregate of things earthly, the whole circle of the earth, earthly, goods, endowment, riches, that's talking about a whole. So that's an oikomene sense. See, they just lump all this stuff in here together. See, pertaining to cosmos. And that's what makes you go off. See? Because you see cosmos, you say, oh, see, no, you got to understand according to the context of what world it's talking about. See? So when he says love not the world, this is talking about everything in it, the ways of this place, the ways of how these people operate. See, that's why you got some of our people running around talking about, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Muslim, I'm this, and I'm that. Because why? They are lovers of the world. They flow with everything that operate in it. See? And that's what this is talking about right here. So when he says love not the world, that should be oikomene, the oikomene sense. See? No, let's go up to another one. Let me see. Let's go to that one in Acts. Acts 17 and 31. See, 31. Let's go down. 31. Let's get straight to the point. And it says what? Because he had appointed a day in which he would judge the world in righteousness by the man whom he had ordained, whereof he had given assurance unto all men, and that he had raised him from the dead. Now, what world is that talking about? He go judge the world. Talking about the whole inhabited earth. But why? Let's see. Do it say oikomene? Let's see. Do it say oikomene? See, it says oikomene. See, it's according to the context. That's correct right there. See, they'd have been going off if they'd have said cosmos. But you saw within cosmos, it says the inhabited earth, the whole circle of the earth. See, but why didn't they add cosmos there? Because they know according to context, see, they're slipped. You got to understand according to the context. Is it cosmos or is it oikomene or is it eons? You have to understand that. See? So if they got this right here, let's grab it. Oikomene. It says the inhabited earth, meaning Mashiach is bringing judgment to the earth. Everybody go get the business. See? And only the elect is going to be saved from that judgment. They going to receive the exemption from judgment. See? But everybody else, you go get it. See? But you saw this in cosmos. They slipped this in here. The inhabited earth. And you come to see the whole inhabited earth, the world. See? The inhabitants of the earth, men. See? The universe, the world. They slipped those oikumene things in Kosmos. See? But according to context, you have to understand according to context. See, and that's what these people didn't do when they dealing with John 3:16. Oh, see, he said he loved the world. Well, the Most High don't love the world. So what are you talking about? See, they don't understand. And then here it is, from the brothers on up, from the top on down, it's telling you what it means, and you still just, well, what about them? No, God loved them too. You don't even care two fucks about yourself. You just, no, God loved them too. Just stupid. Just don't get it, man. They just don't get it. Just stupid as hell, man. Dumb as hell, man. See, but now let me go punch up these real quick. Let's go to that John 1:10, cause I'm gonna show you something right quick. Let's go down. St. John 1 and verse 10. Now it says what? Now I'm gonna start up some. I'm gonna start at verse 8. He was not that light, talking about John, but was sent to bear witness of the light, that light, Yahushua, that was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. That cometh into what? That's born in the earth, right? But let's see what world they put for there. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to say oikumene. Which every man that's born into the world. Nope. They push Kosmos. And why did they push Kosmos? It should have said oikumene, but they put Kosmos. Why? Because this is why. Because they have it in there. They put right here. It says what? The circle of the earth, verse 4. The circle of the earth, the inhabitants of the earth, men, human race. See, they put it in there. The world affairs. They put, matter of fact, let's go back up. And it says what? The world, right here. Number 3, the world, the universe. Meaning what? The circle of the earth. See, so that's why they put this cosmos in with that context, because they threw the oikumene sense in there. That's why. See, so, but I'm going to show you, watch this. And it says what? Verse 10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. Now, in verse 10, those, you got two that's the same meaning. He was in the world, meaning the oikumene sense, but they got cosmos. And the world was made by him. That's the oikumene sense, but they got cosmos. And then you got the third world, and the world knew him not. What is that talking about? See, but they put them all for cosmos, but according to context, it's not cosmos. These first two is the oikumene sense. And the third one is cosmos. See, but they got them all for cosmos. But according to the context, no. The first two, he was in the world, and the world was made by him. Those two is oikumene. And the third one, and the world was made by him. That was what? Talking about what? It's like, and the world knew him not. What is that talking about? That ain't talking about everybody on the entire earth. They ain't talking about that. That's talking about his own people. That's talking about his own people. See, but let me grab this one. Matter of fact, let's just get that. Let's show that. When it says the world and the world knew him not. Let's go to Ephesians to show what world that didn't know him. What whole world that didn't know him. Let's go to Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. Let's go to Ephesians, and I'm going to go down to the 12th verse. But, hey, I'm going to start from 10. But 12 is the point, though. But it says what? For we are his workmanship, created in Yahushua Mashiach, Slakia, Mashiach Yahushua, unto good works, which Yahweh had before ordained that we should walk in them. Wherefore remember that ye being in times past Gentiles in the flesh, talking about our people that were scattered abroad, who are called uncircumcision, meaning heathens, Gentiles, by that which is called a circumcision, meaning those that was keeping the customs, that was still in their land, and so on and so forth, and the flesh made by hands. In verse 12, that at that time ye were without Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. What? Being aliens, meaning our people was being strangers from the citizenship within their own land. Why? Because they were strangers. They were scattered abroad. They was in the land. Where's he at? Well, he's in Ephesians. He was in Ephesus. So he's talking to Israelites that was in Ephesus. So those Israelites that was in Ephesus, that's why the gospel had to go be preached to them. Because they wasn't aware of Yahushua. They didn't know the things that Yahushua did, the miracles that he did. They didn't know nothing about none of that. They were just in those other lands, bowing down to idols, and just through. Didn't know nothing about the Most High was sending Yahushua to come make a second covenant with you. And then when it says what? And strangers from the covenants of promise. Not the covenant of promise, the covenants of promise. Why? Because our people was over there, they was not taught that, oh yeah, the God, he made the first covenant with us and we messed up and ended up here. They didn't know none of those things because it wasn't taught. They was fully Hellenized. They was fully conformed after the manner of these goddamn heathens, man. See? So what world knew him not when you go into 1 John? And they just put Kosmos all in there and say Kosmos, Kosmos, Kosmos 3 times. But in the oikoumene sense, you only have 2 for the word worlds. But in the third one, they just was lazy and put Kosmos. With the first 2, they put Kosmos. Oikoumene, they put Kosmos, but it should have been oikoumene. And then in the third one, they put Kosmos. But that was correct. That was correct when they put that, but the other 2 was wrong. It's according to context. You have to understand according to what's being said. So when it said, and the world knew him not in this chapter right here, 10, it says what? He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. The first 2 was oikoumene sense. The third one, and the world knew him not, that's the cosmos. That's talking about Israelites. And what it says, go back to Ephesians. That at that time ye were without Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise. Meaning they didn't know nothing. They didn't know that the Most High was establishing the second covenant, was going to establish a second covenant with us, which we only have the sacrifice for the second covenant right now. We ain't in the second covenant. We just have the sacrifice for it, which is Yahushua. See? But our people was in that land. They weren't even aware that that was going to be established. They weren't even aware of the first covenant. They were just in the land just through. In other lands just toe up. And what? Having no hope, meaning no belief, and without Yahweh in the world. Why? Because they was worshiping idols. They was worshiping idols, man. They was through. See, matter of fact, let me grab this real quick. And just to make this point, I'm going to end it off because I didn't want it to be this long. I just wanted to make these points right quick. See, and what it says, when you go into the book of Ephesians, pertaining to what? It says that Ephesians, Diana. Matter of fact, let's get these. Let's get them all, punch them all up right quick. And see what it says right here? But we gonna go here. What it says. Acts 19 and 27. So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the goddess, the great goddess Diana, should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia, meaning the Asia Minor, meaning the Turkey area where our people was at during that time, and the world worship and then worship it. Now, what was it saying? And the world worship it, meaning all our people's over there worshiping that damn fucking statues and shit. They didn't know nothing about the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They was through, man. Through. What it says, verse 28. And when they heard these things, Slakia, when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath and cried out, saying, Great is Diana of the Ephesians. So what was our people doing over there? They was bowing down to these damn idols and statues and shit, going the fuck off. See? So they was alienated from the commonwealth of our people. They was alienated from our land, and they was doing what? They was without Yahweh in the world, and they didn't know nothing. They was through, man. See? They was through. Let's read this one, Acts 19 and 34. But when they knew that he was a Jew, all with one voice about the space of 2 hours cried out, "Great is Diana of the Ephesians." Just was through. Just through, man. Just was through. Worshiping idols and shit. See? So let's go back to that Ephesians, what it says, that at that time you were without Mashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, meaning being aliens from being citizens of your own land, and strangers from the covenants of promise, didn't know nothing. They wasn't even taught the first covenant or the second covenant, or the establishing of the second covenant. They was just through, having no hope. They didn't believe. And without Yahweh in the world. What it says, and without Yahweh in the world. What is that talking about? When it says world. What is it talking about? And without Yahweh in the world. See, it's talking about they, according to their belief. They didn't have Yahweh, his ways in their mind. See, they didn't believe in him. He was non-existent to them. See, that's what it's talking about. But let's see what they got it. I'm going to end it off, though. But let's see. Let's go down to the world. And you see what it says right there? For Kosmos. See? But should it be Kosmos? No, it should be Oikumene. It's because it says without Yahweh in the world, meaning they didn't even know nothing about that the Most High is the power of what goes on in the earth, out of the earth, and all over, whatever. See, but they put the cosmos sense. Why? Because they applied the whole earth and all that stuff in it. See, but you have to understand according to the context of what is being said. That's why it says, "Study that shows ourselves approved." 2 Timothy 2:15. Study that shows ourselves approved, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightfully divided the word of truth. But you have to have understanding. So going back to that scripture, St. John 1:10, he was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. Those first two is the Oikumene sense, but they add cosmos. And the third one is cosmos, which is pertaining to the Israelites. And the world of Israel knew him not. Why? Those are my people that were scattered abroad. And I'm going to end it off there. All praise be to Yahweh, Shalom. It's just something I wanted to bring out. Something that was on my head when I saw the elder do that lesson. But all praise to Yahweh, Shalom. Enjoy y'all Shabbat. Shalom.